Okay, what we are doing is on the chapter 1 review, we are doing the evens on the first page, except for also doing number 1. And on the chapter 2 review, I told them to do the odds. So on number 1, the only thing I want to ask about number 1 is where does negative 2/3 go?
Right before 0.
Okay, between 0 and negative 1, right? Is it closer to 0 or negative 1? Close, a little closer to negative 1. Okay, on 6, I know you guys probably plug that in your calculator, but how would we do that without a calculator? You guys remember?
Find a common denominator.
Common denominator, 4 and 6 go into 12, so you multiply the left by 3 and the right by 2. Okay, number 10, I heard a lot of you ask on this. If the negative is not in parentheses, it's going to come out as negative. So only the 16 is squared on number 10. 16 times 16, whatever that is negative. Your calculators mostly should do that unless you have a simple calculator like YouTube. So did you guys get a negative number on 10?
No.
Okay, it should have been negative on the front.
I thought it was negative 16 times. Oh.
It's 16 times 16, and then the negative is added on.
Oh.
The exponent. Most calculators will get that right, but some of them are simpler. Because the negative is not squared, only the 16 is squared, so it should come out negative 256. Okay, number 12, if you were not, again, most of your calculators can do order of operations. Girls, those calculators do not do order of operations, the little ones. Yeah. So you might have got 12 wrong. If you're doing 12 by hand, what should you do first? 5 times 7, and then times negative 3. 14, what are those vertical lines called?
Absolute value.
Absolute value. It makes everything positive. Okay, so on 34, you should do 23 minus 37 is negative 14, and then make it a positive. 36. I'm guessing a lot of us got this one wrong. Is the division bar the same thing as the division sign?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay. The division bar comes last. If you plug in division on your calculator, they will do that first. So there's two ways you can do it. You can do everything, listen. You can do everything on the top on 36 in your calculator, hit equals, do everything on the bottom, hit equals, and divide at the end. Or you could use your parentheses on the calculator like this. Again, those simple calculators do not do ordered operations.
I got a fraction.
It would not do this right. It should not be a fraction now.
I got 20. I got a mixed number.
This would be 12, okay, maybe it is. 12 times 15 is 27. 18 minus 7 is 11. Yeah, okay. So it is.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got 27 numbers. 6 and 6 are going to look at. Dang, Trey.
No, that would be like 2 and 5 11s. Okay, number 1 on the next page. What are the variables on number 1? X. Shh, girl. There's only one variable, it's X. It's called a variable because the value of X varies. Okay, what are the constants on number 1? 19 and 2. Number 3. Did you guys get this one right? What'd you do for the... Okay, you just plug all, let's see, 5 numbers in for A, so you should have 5 different answers. The first one, 3 times negative 3 plus 12 is 3. Second one, plug in 0, get 12. Shh. Okay, the last one is 7.1, not 7 and 1. So the last thing you should have plugged in is 7.1. Number 9, I had a lot of questions on this one. Simplify means before you plug in the numbers, make the problem simpler. How can we make number 9 simpler? Sam,
Instead of 5 plus 8, you could just be 4 plus 13.
Jasmine. 4 plus Jasmine. I don't want to hear you talking right now. I don't want to hear you talking right now. 4 plus 5 can go together. The parentheses don't really matter when you're adding. Okay, it's just plus 5 plus a. So 4 plus 5 is 9. So 9 plus a would be the simplified version. And then the evaluate is where you go ahead and plug a in. So you plug 8 in for where the a was. 17, have lots, and of course that one confused us. So he wants to build a rectangular fence. And we have 46 feet worth of fencing. So 46 feet is like the what?
The amount.
No, not the area. It's like the perimeter, it's the distance around. We could say the perimeter is supposed to be 46. Okay? It tells us that the length is 7 longer than the width. So if I call the width of the rectangle W, what could I call the length?
L.
Okay?
W plus 7.
W plus 7. It's better to only use one variable because we can solve one variable equations. So instead of calling this L, I could call it W plus 7. The length is equal to the width plus 7, so that's what we use. Okay, so on rectangles, we know the opposite sides are the same, right? So that's W plus 7, that's W. So all 4 of these should add up to the fence length, which is 46. So W plus W plus W plus 7 plus W plus 7 should add up to 46. How can we simplify that equation? How's it
Number
You could divide 46 by 4.
Okay, 4W plus 14 equals 46.
Minus
So you guys can see we've got W plus W plus W plus W. 4W plus 14. Okay, so we've got a simple equation. I know you guys know how to solve this. So you can solve that for W. That tells you the width of the rectangle. W plus 7 would tell you the length of the rectangle. There's 2 answers. What's the width? Whatever W comes out to. What's the length? Whatever W plus 7 is. This is how you solve it algebraically. You could have like made up numbers in your head and tried to figure out what would work. Generally, as problems get harder though, algebra makes it easier. I could have done this faster with algebra than without. All right. Anyways, number 5. How do you write 5? Raise your hand on this one. How do you write 5 more than a number, Britton?
N plus 5.
N plus 5. 5 more than means plus 5.
What if you put
Um,
close?
Huh? 5. Does order of addition matter? No. Now I didn't assign number 6, but what did less than mean?
Subtract.
Yeah, but it didn't mean 7. 7 less than doesn't mean 7 minus. It actually means minus 7. So the phrase less than is minus, but it's minus backwards. Okay, number 7, consecutive integers. We have not done this in a long time. Consecutive days is like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Consecutive numbers is like 2, 3, 4. If I don't know what the integers are though, I could call them x. The next one I could call, I wouldn't call it y because I have no idea what that is. The next integer should be 1 bigger. And then the next one should be 1 bigger than that. If we're adding 2 consecutive, the sum of 2 consecutive, what does sum mean? Add. So it's just x plus x plus 1. You don't really need the parentheses, but that just shows you the 2 integers. Okay, 21. Now it's getting harder. Now, I haven't talked to anybody about 21. What should we do first on 21? Anybody have a good idea?
Oh, distributed property.
Distributed property. What are we distributing out?
3 over 5.
I'm on 21.
Oh, I mean,
Negative 2 times all that stuff. That's what you should. That's not just a 2. That's more like a negative 2. dot, dot, dot. So, yeah, -2 times all this stuff. So, on the second parentheses, turns into -2x squared plus 16x, -2 times -8. -2 times 4. The first parentheses, there wasn't really anything to do with that one, so it just stays the same. 7x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, is there anything else we can do?
You just 10 minus 2.
You can add the like terms. The x squareds go together, the x's go together, the constants go together. What's 7x squared minus 2x squared?
5x squared.
5x squared. Did you guys get this one right already?
Yes.
Some of you know probably.
Most of it.
What's this one?
17.
17x. How about that one?
I mean, -7.
Minus 7. Okay, that's the final. Can I do anything else? No. You can only add like terms together.
How did you get that?
I just went through the question.
I know,
Multiplied by
that.
-2.
I was paying attention. I was just like,
Well,
that's where I got originally. Nowhere near that.
okay. 23 is actually kind of the same thing as 21. It's just
Way hard.
messier because of the decimals, and also there's 3 separate distribution things. So you distribute out the -2.7, you distribute out the 4.79, you distribute out the -4.1. But then after you're done, you add the like terms. You add the A's and you add the B's. I'm not going to go, since it's the same thing as 21, I'm not going to go through it right now, but it takes a long time. What?
Can you check, or like, I'm getting like all decimals on 27, 29, 30.
Yeah, probably a lot of
Are you
decimals.
sure it's 17?
We'll go through it. Okay. Jasmine, how do we solve number 25? How would you solve that? Yes, you do.
That. 2 divided by 18?
Well, you said it backwards, but yeah, 18 divided by 2.
Which problem?
25. 27. Brayley, what should we do for 27?
Yeah, just subtract 0.4 from -5.168, then you have to divide whatever you got from that by 8.7.
Right.
And that's
So-
what your 8.
Yeah, she said minus 0.4 and divide by 8.7. Remember, we get rid of the added value first, so we subtract 0.4, then get rid of the multiplied. 8.7 is multiplied to A, so we divide by 8.7. Whatever that comes out to. 29, well, what should we do first on 29?
Okay, my mind went for a second. Distribute property.
Distributed properties, that would be 6b plus 42. Okay, I'm guessing a lot of us forgot this. What do we do when we have the b or the x or whatever on both sides?
You
Emily?
have to,
Emily?
You have to get rid of one on the side.
Right, we want to get rid of the b's on one side, so what did you do, Emily? Or what would you?
Subtract B.
Subtract.
Because it's easy.
Right, and we're subtracting 1b, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't, the b's don't cancel out here. This is 6b minus 1b, which is 5b. And now you might notice that we have a normal problem, now that we got rid of the b. So subtract 42, this is a fraction or decimal. A lot of these are fractions and decimals. It's okay, don't panic. Remember when it didn't divide well?
Just leave it as
We just left it like that. So you can just leave it as -46/5. If you put a decimal, I would not count it wrong, but if you're doing it by hand, you're just done right there.
Just dumb right there.
Done? Yes. Okay,
31, 33.
31 is not that easy.
was was that 29?
We probably have time for one more. Which one do you guys want to do? 31?
31
Or
is easy.
31.
Okay.
33.
What should we do first on 31?
Let's pull out the X's. We'll add them together and make sure.
Okay. Probably distributive property, right? Just like the last one. 2/3 x
-4.
minus 4. Did you guys do 2/3 times minus 6?
Yeah.
It's minus 4. What else can I do?
You can make those have common denominators. so
Okay.
they're together.
Yeah, or you can use your calculator, it's fine. If I was doing it by hand, I'd have to do times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. That would be 3 plus 10. 13/15 x. Now what? Boys? Okay, yeah, if you have x's on both sides, you want to get rid of them on one side. Since I only have x's on the right side, I'm going to get rid of them on the left side. That will make my problem go a little bit faster. You could go the other way. It would be okay. That goes away. I get -4. See, if I did times 3, that'd be 6 minus 13 is -7. You can use your calculator on that part. What's my last step going to be? Divide what by what? Right. That's right. It's -4 divided by -7/15, whatever that is. Positive 67. It's a messy assignment, basically. It's lots of weird fractions. Okay. Go ahead and do, well, 8th grade, you guys can clean up and go.
We're gonna work on this tomorrow.